Hello, girls. Good afternoon.
Hi, teacher.
How are you, Caro?
Fine, teacher. And you?
I'm great. Just starting the week. Hello, Gina.
Hello, teacher.
Okay, let's start today with these two topics. This week we have two virtual sessions. So this is week 3.1, gerund and infinitive phrases. We are going to learn how to say the same thing or to express the same idea in two different ways. And we are going to review and go deeper on reported speech. Now, gerund and infinitive phrases. So, as I told you, this is just two different forms to say the same idea. On one hand, we are going to have this expression, it plus be plus an adjective or a noun. And then we are going to have the infinitive form. Then we are going to have a gerund, and at the end, we are going to have the adjective. So, Gina, can you read these two examples? They are just the equivalent for each other.
It's rude to ignore your conversation partner. Ignoring your conversation partner is rude. It's a good idea to try out different topics. Trying out different topics is a good idea.
So, it's just the same, but in the first part, we need a kind of introduction because when we were studying gerund phrases, I told you that it's not really common to start a sentence using an infinitive form. So it's really weird to, or I don't know, awkward to start a sentence using to and then the rest of the sentence. So here we have this initial part. It's rude. It's a good idea. In these examples, we are using adjectives. In the first one, is just the adjective. It is rude. In the second, good idea is a noun. Good idea, the complete, both words form a noun. And then to ignore or to try out. Now, when we transform the idea into a gerund phrase, ignoring or trying out, and then the verb to be and the adjective and the verb to be or and the noun is at the end. Is rude, is a good idea. Now, Carolina, can you read the next example, please?
It's considered impolite to interrupt people. Interrupting people is considered impolite.
Now, when we use consider, which is one of the most common when we are talking, for example, about costumes from other countries or behaviors about people, we use a lot it's considered. They might be followed by the word be. Interrupting people is. Here's where we find the word be. Obviously conjugated in this opportunity. And finally, we can use the preposition for, but when we are going to use the preposition for, we need to use always a noun. we cannot use for using an adjective in this case. It's customary for the complimenter to say nice things about others. In this case, when we are using for, the complementer is the noun. Saying nice things about others is customary. We keep the same order for the complementer. In the next slide, I'm going to show you more examples about the use of preposition for in this type of sentences. Check the example here. We use for. Where is for? Okay, here. For and an object. It's difficult for hair. Remember, for and hair, in this case, hair is an object, not a subject. Because in this case, we're talking about something affected by an action. And when we say that we can use for with subjects is, for example, North Americans. The first example is an object, and the second one is a subject. Questions up to here?
Teacher, okay, the first one for her is object.
Yes, the word
Because-
hair is an object pronoun, not a subject pronoun, because the subject pronoun is she.
Okay.
We don't say it's difficult for she.
Okay, yes. So the second is subject.
It's customary for North Americans. North Americans it's an object. It's a subject.
Yes. Okay.
Because we can start a sentence, for example, North
North
Americans are famous for
Mhm.
their, I
Okay.
don't know, their fast food or their novels.
Mhm.
But I
Okay.
cannot start a sentence saying hair.
Okay. No, you can say for example, her computer is damaged.
But the object is her computer, not hair.
Okay.
I cannot say, for example, hair is very interesting. Hair and a
Claro.
verb immediately.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, so far we have talked about positive or affirmative sentences. It's customary, it's important to, it's rude to ignore. But when we want to create a negative sentence, we need to use this order of words, not to. This is the right order. If we are starting the sentence, only not. It's considered rude not to thank people who give you gifts. Not thanking people who give you gifts is considered rude. In this part is only that. Be careful about this because sometimes you forget to use not. And sometimes you say no, not thanking people. Or
Teacher,
not to, yes?
I'm sorry, teacher. Teacher, when it's not plus infinitive, we always have to use the to, not to thank.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Now, adjectives of feelings such as glad, happy, pleased cannot be used with its. We need to place or show who has these feelings. For example, I don't say, it's happy to see. I need to say who is happy. In this case, most parents are happy. Most parents are happy to see their children go to college. People are always delighted to get compliments. Remember, glad, happy, or pleased, we are not going to use it's. Instead, we are going to show who is the person or who are the people feeling this or having these feelings. Questions? Remember, what we're exploring is just the way to say the same thing into different forms. No questions? Okay. So we're going to play Bamboozle. We're going to have two teams, Team Carolina and Team Gina. So let me move to the game. What you have to do is to change the sentence. For example, if you get a gerund phrase, you need to transform it into an infinitive phrase. If you get an infinitive phrase, you need to transform it into a gerund phrase. Okay? So, Carolina, a number.
Number 3. It's considered impolite to eat in public transportation. Eating in public transportation is considered impolite.
Very good.
Thank you.
Now, your turn.
10.
Okay. Win 15 points.
Yoo-hoo.
Caro,
12.
bam. Lose 25 points. Carolina. Sorry, Gina.
1.
Let's see.
Oh.
Bam. Caro.
9. Okay, in many cities, littering is considered a punishable offense.
Punishable offense.
In many cities, it is considered no. In many cities,
Okay. Try to start using it is or it's.
Okay.
And then in many cities at the end of the sentence.
Okay. It is considered a punishable offense to litter
Yes.
in many cities.
Okay. Easier, right?
Yes.
I gave you the advice of using many cities at the end of the sentence because when you change the order, sometimes it's difficult to you to create a
Yes.
sentence. But when
Thank you.
you're writing, this is a good way to do it. In many
Okay.
cities, comma, it's considered a punishable offense to litter.
Teacher, what is litter?
Litter is when you take a piece of paper or garbage or a package of something and you just throw it on the street. That's littering.
O sea, tirar basura en la calle.
Yes, specifically in the street.
The street. Okay. Okay. Number 8. In different cultures, it is considered impolite not to say please and thank you. So, not saying please and thank you,
Very good.
it's considered impolite in different cultures.
Very good. When you are writing, this is the best way. In different cultures, comma, but you did
Right.
it just right. Caro,
16.
take 25 points.
Woohoo.
Gina,
5. Talking about politics is not a good idea. It's not a good idea talking about. So it's considered not a good idea to talk about politics.
okay, it's quite similar. It's not a good idea to talk
Okay.
about.
O sea, sí, no tengo que meter se considera.
No, because it's considered is one option. Because you can say also it's customary, it's not a good idea, or it's a good
Okay.
idea. It's considered, it's customary, it's common, it's
Okay.
important. You can use any adjective.
Okay.
Okay. Claro.
2. Okay, it's a good idea not to use your cell phone during a conversation. No. Ay, espera, wait. It's not using your cell phone during a conversation is a good idea.
Very good. Not using your cell phone. Great tip. Gina.
7. Talking about money during a conversation is rude. Okay. It's rude to talk about money during a conversation.
Perfect. Got it. Caro.
6. Speaking with your mouth full out of food is disgusting. It is disgusting to speak with your mouth full out of food.
Very good.
"13. It's offensive to criticize your host. Criticizing your host is offensive.
Okay. Criticizing.
Criticizing. Okay.
Very good. Your host is offensive. Okay. Last 2 shots for both of you.
15, teacher. It's considered bad manners to have an argument in public. Having an argument in public is considered bad manners.
Very good. The opposite of bad manners is polite.
Okay.
Bad manners, having an argument in public is considered bad manners.
But
Having an argument privately is considered polite. So it's the opposite.
teacher,
Just
but what is the meaning of an argument in public? Like a fight? Or
Remember that fight. Okay, I'm going to switch to Spanish
okay.
for a bit. Lo que pasa es que la palabra fight, cuando la utilizamos en inglés, tiene que ver más con la parte física, ¿sí? Con que haya un intercambio físico. Un argument es una discusión que incluye levantar la voz, usar un lenguaje inapropiado.
Okay.
Lo que pasa es que para nosotros argument suena como argumento, argumentar, como por ese
Sí.
lado. Y argument en realidad es este tipo de discusiones acaloradas, por así decirlo.
Listo. Thank
Y
you, teacher.
muchas veces la palabra discussion, que existe en inglés, para nosotros suena a discusión. Ahí sí suena como a que estamos peleando. Y discussion es simplemente debatir un tema, hablar sobre un tema.
Okay. Thank you,
¿Sí?
teacher. Yes.
Discussion es no pelea y argument sí es más bien como pelea.
pero
Okay.
entonces bad manners es como no educado.
Malos modales
Malos modales.
y polite, educado. Igual también existe polite, impolite, que también sería como mal educado. Bad manners sí sería malos modales, como tal. Y good manners también existe, buenos modales.
Ok.
Okay, I'm glad you're learning new words. Gina,
11. Pointing out at people is considered rude. It is considered rude to point out at people.
very good. Vale.
4. Slurping while eating is considered good manners in some countries. It is considered good manners in some countries to slur while eating.
Okay, remember the organization.
Okay,
In
yes.
some countries, it's considered good manners to slurp while eating. But in general, you got the idea. Do you know what slurping is?
No, teacher.
Slurping is when you eat making a lot of noise,
Okay.
especially when you are having soup or something with liquid.
Yes.
Como
Sorber.
sorber.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, teacher.
And that's really common in some Asian countries. Like the most you slurp, the better is the food.
Wow.
Yes. Tradition, just tradition.
It's really offensive to make fun of disabled people. Disabled? ¿Qué?
Disabled people. The first pronunciation was right.
Disabled. What's the meaning of disabled, teacher?
For example, somebody who cannot walk or see or talk.
Ok, discapacitada.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. It's really offensive to make fun. Okay. Making fun of disabled people, it's really offensive.
Remember, is. The pronunciation should be is, not it's.
Yes. Is. Okay.
Okay, I'm going to switch to Spanish for a minute. Okay, team one. At the end, Carolina got more points, I think because she stole some points. I'm going to switch to Spanish just for a minute. Ok, profe. Y esta unidad de esta clase 3.1 aquí, media hora, la primera media hora de la clase, solamente viendo que puedo decir la misma cosa, pues de dos formas, como para qué, ¿sí? A mí me gusta mucho cuando ustedes entienden el propósito de los temas, porque le encuentran utilidad. Uno, sí, aprender o entender que si me dicen cualquiera de las dos expresiones significa lo mismo. Pero yo les hago mucho énfasis cuando estén escribiendo, cuando estén escribiendo. ¿Por qué? Porque si ustedes están en un examen internacional y les dicen, bueno, escríbame un ensayo, que es una tarea súper común en muchos exámenes para certificar el nivel de inglés, escríbame un ensayo de 250 palabras y a veces no sabemos pues, cómo llenar la cantidad de palabras. Entonces, estos devices, por así decirlo, estos dispositivos de escritura me ayudan. Si mi texto está muy largo, entonces yo utilizo, si ustedes se dan cuenta, cuando yo lo utilizo con los gerunds, las oraciones se tornan más cortas. Mientras que si yo lo hago con la forma infinitiva, la oración se vuelve más larga y tiene un tono más formal. Entonces, yo necesito identificar qué me ayuda a darle un tono más formal a mi texto y qué me ayuda a hacerlo más extenso o más largo para cumplir con ese requisito de cantidad de palabras. Si ustedes se dan cuenta en la plataforma, hay actividades en donde les dicen máximo 100 palabras. Mínimo 100 palabras, máximo 250. ¿Por qué? Porque es una manera de prepararlos a ustedes para cuando tengan que hacer su examen, ¿sí? En el examen es así. Si tú te pasas, o sea, si son 250 palabras y tú escribes 350, no te van a dar una mejor puntuación, porque aquí pasa una de dos cosas. Una, no entendiste la instrucción, tu inglés no es suficiente para entender la instrucción que se está dando. O dos, entendiste la instrucción, pero no tienes la habilidad de medir tu texto. Entonces, en cualquiera de las dos situaciones, pues no hay un buen approach hacia la tarea dada. Pero eso es muy importante que en estos escritos donde de los plays, de las actividades, de los checkpoints, se fijen en esos requisitos. Porque la mejor manera de presentar el examen y ese día no perder tiempo contando palabras por palabras es cuando yo ya sé cómo se ve un texto de 250 palabras. Ah, ok, ya sé en mi mente, en mi perspectiva, que un texto de 250 palabras son tres párrafos, más o menos cada uno de 80 palabras. Y ya sé, o sea, visualmente sé en una pantalla o en un documento cómo se ve y así no pierdo tiempo contando palabras.
Ok,
Now,
perfecto.
now with this tip or this information given, I hope that you find this topic useful. Whenever you want to make your text longer or more formal, try to use the infinitive phrases. Whenever you want to make your text shorter and less formal, use the gerund phrases. When we're speaking, it's more common to use gerund forms. Okay?
Ok.
Okay, now let's move to the second part of the class, which is reported speech. And the title of this reading is I Wish I Hadn't Heard That. In this class, we're going to talk and read a lot because the idea is to keep practicing our speaking, pronunciation, intonation, fluency, all aspects that we can improve. I'm going to read Louis' experience, then Gina read about Rebecca, and finally Carolina read about Pam. Okay? Luis, 23, Mexico City. On the bus to work, I heard my boss's voice behind me. I think he was talking to the office manager on his cell phone. He was telling her that it would be a bad day at work. He explained that they were going to lay off my entire department.
Teacher, sorry, what's the meaning of layoff?
Fire?
Ah, o sea, que van a despedir a todo. Ok,
Yeah. Continue with Rebecca,
continue.
please.
Ok. Rebecca, 25, Vancouver. I overheard my roommate and her friend gossiping about me when I got home. I asked them what they were saying, but they claimed they hadn't been talking about me. I knew, yes, I knew that wasn't true. It really hurt my feelings.
Thank you.
Pam, I think Portland. Last week, I overheard my little brother on his cell phone. He was warning his friend not to say anything. So, of course, I listened. He said he was getting a terrible grade in math this year, and he said it was a big secret too. In fact, my parents still don't know the truth.
Okay. So in this case, Luis, Rebecca, and Pam are telling other people what they heard. That's the main use of reporter speech, that we report, we tell what we heard. It could be by mistake, by accident, something, and this is when we are gossiping, but sometimes we need to say what we have heard. What you need to take into account is that in all these stories, when they heard things, they were speaking maybe in present or maybe in past, but when they are retelling the story, they use a previous tense, and that is called back shift. Let me show you what back shift is. Back shift is when we have a tense and we go back one tense. For example, it's a big secret. If I say it's a big secret, what tense is this sentence in? It's a big secret. Can you repeat, Caro? Sorry.
Caro?
Oh, go ahead, Gina. Because Carolina opened her microphone, but she...
Sorry, the teacher, what's the question?
It's a big secret. In
Yes.
which tense is this sentence in? Present, past, future.
Ah, okay. No entendía. It's a simple past?
It's
No.
present.
It's present. Oh, yes. To be
Simple.
present, no?
Yes, present simple with verb to be. It's
Yeah.
a big secret. Check when we are reporting the statement, we say, he said it was a big secret. So present becomes into a past sentence. I'm getting a terrible grade. That's present continuous. So he said he was getting a terrible grade. It becomes past continuous. They got engaged. This is past simple. Got is past simple. He said that they had gotten engaged. So now it is not past simple. This is had gotten. This is past perfect. We weren't talking about you. They claimed they hadn't been talking about me. Past perfect continuous. She's been absent since Tuesday. Past perfect. He said she had been absent since Tuesday. We had never been there before. She said they had never been there before. Check here. When the original sentence is in past perfect, I'm going to report it in past perfect. And when this original sentence is using will, I'm going to use would. I'll meet you at the cafe. He said that he would meet me at the cafe. These are statements. Questions up to here?
That is optional.
Yes, this is why you find it in brackets. That is optional. And we can use these verbs, set and claim.
Claim, claim no es como recoger.
Oh, no,
What's
no.
the meaning of claim?
Aseverar, es que no sé, las traducciones no se me vienen a la mente.
¿Como exclamar? No, no, no sé, no.
No, 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 es cuando tú aseveras algo, cuando tú aseguras algo.
Ah, asegurar. Él asegura. Él aseguró. Ya, ok.
Ellos, sí, o sea,
Ellos,
ellos,
eso.
mejor dicho, ellos me aseguraron que no estaban hablando de mí.
Ok.
Okay, this is about statements. Now, when talking about questions, again, we back shift, we go 1/10 back. And if we have yes, no questions, I'm going to use if or whether. For example, did you know about the layoffs? I asked him if he had known about the layoff. And at the end, I don't have any question mark. I break the question structure. At the end, I don't use the question mark. I don't use the auxiliary verbs. I transform it into a conditional sentence. I asked him if he had known about the layoffs. When I have a WH question, what are you saying? The example is, I asked them what they were saying. Again, no question mark at the end. Comments, don't say anything. Again, the structure not to. He warned his friend not to say anything, or he ordered his friend not to say anything. General truths. The sun rises in the east. Remember, general truths are always written in simple present or present simple. When we report general truths, we say, she said that the sun rises in the east. So the sentence doesn't change. Questions?
No, teacher.
What is important here is the ability to identify the original tense of the sentence and identify what is the previous tense. Okay?
Yes.
When talking about modals, for example, if the sentence use can, the previous modal is could. And if the sentence is using may, the previous tense is might. When we are reporting them, we use could and might. Would is the same. Now, let's practice just to see how is this going. I'm not surprised at all. So I'm going to divide. I'm going to give even numbers, odd numbers, Carolina. 1, 3, 5, and 7. Pair numbers, Gina, 2, 4, 6, and 8. Okay, Carol, let's try because we need a little bit more time for the final game.
Okay, so she told me she wasn't surprised at all.
Very good, perfect.
She say um she say it was a bank down the street.
So in this case, there
Okay.
was,
There was a bank down the street. He told me I
remember, those are commands.
okay. He told me to call him, no, to give him a call.
Very good. When you are using commands, you need to use to or
To
not to. And finally,
the children asked me if the movie is hadn't no had been scary.
very good. Now, Gina, your turn.
Okay. I'm a little confused about the second. Have you heard the news? He asked me if I had or have.
Hat.
Okay. If I had heard the news.
Very good.
Okay. Why aren't you talking? She asked me. Why aren't you talking? She
She
asked
asked
me.
me why.
She asked me why I wasn't. No,
No,
you
because
weren't. No, why you weren't. No sé.
in this case, we.
Why? Why we weren't
Okay, in
talking?
this case,
No.
it could be, en este caso puede ser we, si nos están preguntando a dos personas, o sea, ustedes por qué no están hablando, sería why we. O tú, recuerda que you puede ser tú o ustedes y la única manera de identificarlo es en el momento que estamos hablando, ¿sí?
Ujú.
Entonces, en este caso, para formar el reporter speech puede ser why we or why I weren't.
Why I weren't.
Si fuera
Weren't.
we, sería weren't.
Okay, por eso. Okay. Why we weren't talking you? No, no sé.
Talking,
Talking.
solamente
Okay.
talking.
Oh, sí.
Supongamos que le están preguntando aquí a dos personas por qué ellas no están hablando,
Ok, sí, entonces me preguntó por qué no estaban hablando. Ok, listo.
por qué no estábamos
¿Por qué no
hablando.
estábamos? Ok, sí. Ok. We're getting married. We are getting married. She told me, they,
Very good.
they, they were getting married.
Very good.
And he didn't take the 8 train. He told me, they told me, sorry, they told me they they hadn't
They hadn't. Yes.
take 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 taken
Past participle, taken.
the A train. Oof.
So, yes, this is a topic that requires a lot of practice
Parece
because you
fácil,
need to.
pero no.
Sorry?
Parece fácil, pero no lo es.
But with enough practice, you're going to feel that it's really easy. Now, please go to Kahoot and I'm going to show you a code to getting into a game. Just give me a sec. I'm just moving to the game. Any questions, something that you want to comment or share about reported speech before we start the game?
No, sí, es aprenderse, pues, las reglas.
Sí, o sea, aquí la regla más importante es el back shift, que es ir un
Identificar.
tiempo atrás. Entonces, es súper importante darle una revisadita. Yo cuando les ponga la grabación, les voy a poner 3 links y esos 3 links son para hacer un review de todos los tiempos verbales. O sea, son 3 actividades que te ayudan a volver a repasar, o sea, cuando es presente continuo, cuando es pasado simple, pasado perfecto, para que ustedes puedan tener súper claros los tiempos, porque yo necesito identificar primero en qué tiempo está la oración para saber a qué tiempo la voy a pasar. If you need the link, this is on the chat right now.
All right.
Just a moment. Sorry, I was in in Kahoot.
Don't worry, Caro, it might happen, and you are
Okay.
in now. Okay, congratulations, Gina.
My
Despite,
first time that I win.
despite the fact that you told us that it was quite difficult, you won.
Okay.
Okay, girls. How did you feel with the class? Did you learn new words, new things? How was it? I would like to listen to you.
Oh yes, it's very clearly when when you explain when you are explaining us.
Okay, I'm
Thank
glad
you.
that you feel I explained clear enough for you to understand and to acquire the knowledge. What about you, Carol? How did you feel? Did you like the class? Did you like the topics?
Yes, teacher, I like the class because I think with the platform we learn, yes, but it's not the same as being in the class. So, um, and as Gina says, it's clear when you explain us. So, yes, I like.
Thank you, girls. Yes, with the platform, I think you practice a lot. You have the opportunity to practice. But whenever you have opportunity, join these type of virtual sessions, join the speaking clubs. As many as you can take is the best option. And if you need to clarify anything, I hope to have you in one of my tutoring sessions. Join whenever you need them.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
You're welcome,
teacher.
girls. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye, teacher.
You
Thank
bye bye.
you.